Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. As we left off, we had just finished getting Nehru's Pearl from Jaboon. Hopefully, I sound a whole lot less nasally than I did last time. Not really nasally, but stuffy. I'm feeling a good bit better now. It's been a while since I recorded because I didn't feel like recording for quite a while. Yeah, not really feeling well, and the nasally. And, well, anyway, we're back now. Heading off towards that first place marked on our map. So anyway, something that's a little bit odd this game does differently from most other Zelda games is we got that pearl for literally nothing. We blew up a rock. That's it. No dungeon, no big boss battle. You just blew up a rock with some bombs. Now technically, yeah, it was quite an ordeal getting these bombs, but really, it's not like it was that bad. In my practice my practice run, there was something here. Oh, there it is. That is a cyclone. I was wondering if it was going to appear in the same place twice. I occasionally play a little bit earlier just to kind of get a feel for what I'm doing and what I need to say and talk about. But anyway, that is a cyclone. We want to steer clear from that. It will pick you up and send you to a random place on the map. That cyclone is being created by Cyclos, the brother of that wind god that taught us our first song. But anyway, at the moment, we can't do anything about that. Remember from one of the earlier episodes, the wind god asked us to teach him a lesson. Well, we can't really do that at the moment. We will be back for that later, though. Also, I apologize if I end up clearing my throat a lot. I still have some drainage. You know. But anyway, right here, we have a very important island. Well, didn't mean to do that. We have a very important island. There are several like it too. Also, this is a blue chew. It's a very rare form of chews. There's actually a set number of blue choo-choos. And so, if you want to get all the blue chew jellies to make the blue potion at the chew shop, you're going to have to travel to all the various places where these are located, and anytime you see one, be sure to steal its jelly. Don't take a chance on hoping, you know, it'll just drop it when it dies. You're not 100% guaranteed that it will, so always be sure to steal that. Anyway, moving on to the reason we came here, we found another Great Fairies Fountain. And having used bombs to get in here, young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. As I was saying, having used bombs to get in here, we are awarded with, as soon as the animation kicks in, a bigger bomb bag. We can now carry twice as many as we could before. And as always with the fairy fountain, there are three fairies here. So, Yet another place you can come if you ever need to grab some fairies. If you're about to go take some big challenge or something, and you want to stock up on your fairies, this is a place to come. Now, that detour out of the way, where's my ship? Also, you can only steal... The chews in these certain places can only be stolen from once. Now, before we get on out of here, I'm actually going to feed this fish. I'm gonna skip through what it says. Unless it says something interesting. Okay, back to it. As I was pretty sure it was gonna happen, he didn't really say anything important. So, you haven't missed anything. Just that, well, it is kind of something I need to say. Black soil. It looks more like rocks on the ground, but it's actually black soil. Big patch of black soil. Looks like a stone slab, really. But if you feed a pig, it'll dig in the ground where you feed it at. And you can find treasure under black soil. So if you want to feed a pig some bait, also we're gonna ignore these. They're more of a pain to deal with than they're worth. Alright. Here we are at the island. And what we're gonna do here is... Whoops. Apparently we're gonna fail to climb. We are going to put Neru's pearl in the statue's arms. Wandering traveler who seeks the guidepost of the goddesses. Place the pearl you hold here. So being Neru's statue, we place Neru's pearl here. It's not actually Neru's statue at the moment. Doesn't really look like the goddess. But anyway. As I said, they're kind of not worth the trouble, because they fly so ridiculously fast. It's not that they're fast, it's just that they're so huge. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to chart this island, and then we'll move on towards the next one. Alright, so returning to the task at hand, we want to travel north to Northern Fairy Island. Is that what they're called? Yes. Which is up here. No, Northern Triangle. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong square. Anyway. These singles are flying with us. Singles. Apparently they don't date. Anyway. These seagulls are flying with us, so they're not indicators of a big object. They're just flying with us. It happens sometimes. Also, I think Fraps is kind of fighting with my emulation to cause those freezes we've been seeing. This island up ahead, that's a reef. One of the 6, I believe, reef islands in the game. We will be returning there eventually, so I'm not going to worry about charting it. And this is a, I believe it's called a bomb octo. No, it's an octo-rock bomb. Bomb in parentheses. It's still just called a octo-rock. But anyway, they shoot bombs at you, and they only appear on... The ones that shoot bombs only appear on the sea. Because it'd be kind of a pain in the butt to have to fight an Octorok that shoots bombs. Holy poop! definitely want to avoid that at all costs. That will definitely set us off track quite a bit if we get caught up in that. I forgot that that one's guarding this this island in particular, when you're at this part in the game, is always guarded by a cyclone. Cyclone. Those little ships are treasure hunters. And they can be talked to. I think you can get a treasure chart or something from them. But we're not going to mess with them right now. We're going to stick solely to the story. Anyway, place the pearl. This one is Din's pearl. Anyway, it glows. Nothing really happens yet. We just placed it in there, and the game decides to tell us that there is one more pearl. As if we couldn't count to 3. Anyway, once again, I'm going to feed this fish, get the chart information. I'll meet you back once I've done that. Where's the fish? Okay, the interesting thing is these fish aren't actually talking about the islands we're at. They seem more interested in telling us stuff about Windfall. But anyway, I will leave the finding out what that. I know it looks like I'm about to sail straight for it, but we need to go this way, so I'm going to go out of my way a little bit to avoid this thing. Oh my gosh, it looks like it's going to gain on us. Okay, I think we can skirt it now. Also, off in the distance, there's another fairy fountain, but I believe we've already gone to all the ones we can currently access. As you saw with the past 2 fairy fountains, we've had to use bombs. Actually, I think there is one fairy's fountain that actually is just open and you can enter anytime. Also, another reef island that you can just enter anytime, but I don't actually remember which one it is, and currently that one's not in our direct path. So we'll come back for it eventually. I'm not quite headed straight in the direction I need to go. That's a little better. Okay. So, sailing is... Admittedly, they could have put more things to do while sailing in the game. Look, there's a beetle shop ship out here in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, as I was saying, they could have put more things to do while sailing. They did in I forget the name of the sequel to this. It's a DS title, but they did the same kind of thing where you sail on the sea, but you have a steamship with a captain instead of a little sailboat. And so you plot your course, the captain follows the course, and you fight enemies while you're sailing instead of doing mostly just sitting here going places. No, it's kind of a trade-off, because sailing your ship and actually steering it where you want to go, I think it's not quite as much of a it's not quite as fun as actually the fighting. It's not nearly as interesting, but I liked being able to actually sail my ship rather than just draw a line on the touchscreen to where I want to go. But anyway, it is definitely one of the things they could have done better. Anyway, we are now here at the final Triangle Island, and actually, I think I'm going to want to chart this one beforehand. So I will be right back on the island here in a minute. Alright, so we're back, and all that fish said was, it told us one of the locations of the Great Fairy Fountains. But anyway, wandering traveler who seeks the guideposts and guides, blah blah blah, same stuff. And here we put Forore's Pearl. And with that now completed, with the triangle completed, if you remember seeing the picture in Tetra's room, I'll put it on screen. She apparently... Where is it in Tetra's room? I think it is. She apparently knew about this before we did. And explode. We get sent flying out to sea. And now that looks much more like a goddess. Don't you think? Shoots lasers. That one hits. The blue one, which turns into another goddess. And the three of them form a giant triangle on the sea. And the Triforce shows up. And that opens up the way to probably one of my more favorite. My favorite of the dungeons in this game. I just really like this one. And then we slap the wall with our face. Anyway, giant tower rises up out of the sea. And this is actually a relic from Hyrule, so further reason why I would enjoy it. And anyway, if you had been sailing around and seen this square of the map and been through it, not seen anything, and wondered why is there nothing in this one square, it's because this comes up later. Anyway, this tower, which the pearls of the gods have caused to appear, is a place that the gods of ancient world prepared so that they might test the courage of men. Only one who is able to overcome the trials that await here will be acknowledged by the gods to be a true hero. Only then will that hero be permitted to wield the power to destroy the great evil. Adurna, that which you must obtain now lies before you. You must believe in your own courage, which has led you to triumph over the many hardships you have faced, and you must triumph once again. You must rise above the trial of the gods. Let's direct the wind so that we can actually sail inside. And yes, this dungeon, we actually take our entire ship into the dungeon with us. It's kind of a neat little idea. It does become kind of a pain in the butt though, because you're inside, there's no wind inside, and I'll show you what I mean. So the little press R to cruise function, and all its slowness is used a lot in this, well, not a whole lot, but is used in this dungeon. Anyway, with that, we have just about used all the time we have for today. So, also, yeah, you see the tides, I guess, are constantly rising and lowering, which is a big thing in this game. Anyway, you know what, not actually. I will see you guys next time when we return to The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker and attack the temple. I missed the name. Anyway, we'll be back. I'll hopefully remember the names of things when we come back. But with that, I bid you farewell. See you next time. Bye.